Hello there, welcome back to Opal Zoo. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really do appreciate your company. So this is episode 2, and in episode 1, if you remember, we built our entrance here to the Australia area of the zoo, and we finished building our koala habitat, which I was very happy with. I thought it came out quite nice. I may make a few changes here and there in the future, but on the whole I think it turned out pretty nice. And so the rest of the area, let's zoom out and show you or remind you of the plan. So we've got all the different areas roughly marked out here. So South America, Africa, Asia, aquatic and Arctic over there. So Australia, I've got 3 more animals that I'm going to put in here because one of them isn't on here, but it's the dingo, the red kangaroo, and the I never know how to pronounce it, but the cassowary. It's a big turkey emu-y type creature. So my plan is to have one large habitat covering most of this area with those 3 animals living in together. That's the plan. I don't know if that's realistic in real life, although I think all 3 of these animals are sort of relatively peaceful animals, so I don't think they would mind living together. So obviously I've got some backstage stuff that I need to do as well. So what I'm thinking of is in here, and just in this little area here, I want to have a couple of cafes in here, a couple of food stalls, and then behind that will be a backstage building covering up these facilities, and then I'll sort of block it all off here so you can't really see into that. And then what I want to do over here somehow, firstly I want to have the path coming from here and going through the area, through the habitat here, and then out this side into what will become the African area. And so that will have to be done, I guess, with some sort of bridge, maybe with the animals going underneath or something like that. And then in this area here I want to have some kind of a seating area, people can buy their food and drink over here and then wander over here and sit down and view. So whether I make that some sort of a viewing platform looking into the enclosure or what, I'm not too sure yet. I will have to decide that as I build it, and see what I can come up with. But I'm going to start in this corner. I want to sort of finish off this whole area here, I think, before I move on. So I'm going to start with doing some sort of cafe in here. Actually, before I do that, I remembered in the first episode, if you remember, this zoo is called Opal Zoo, and at the very start of the episode when I said that, I said I was going to explain why I've called it Opal Zoo, and then I forgot to actually tell you, which I only remembered when I watched the video back during editing and realised that I hadn't mentioned a bit more bright and exciting than opal fruit. But I still call them opal fruits, and I always will. I think it's a much better name, and I miss my opal fruits. I still eat them, but I miss the fact that they're not called opal fruits anymore. And so the name of this zoo is purely my dedication to my favourite childhood sweet. There you go. How weird and pathetic is that? Never mind. I'm sure anyone listening in the UK will agree with me. They're opal fruits, and they always will be. Anyway, enough of my nonsense. Let me crack on with some building, because I know that's what you're here to witness. I know you don't really care about my childhood memories. Okay, so let me crack on with a bit of building here, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are. We have our small cafe. It's pretty simple. It's a couple of buildings, because obviously I've made it a bit of a funky angle. So it's kind of 3 buildings slotted together. So it's a Cosmic Cow milkshakes and oh no, hang on, that's a milkshake. This is a ice cream. And I've just decorated it with some simple Australian stuff. This is the Australian wood. You've got these, I love these pieces. I know I've used them a lot up here, obviously, as well. And they're on these lovely canopy pieces here. But they're just fantastic. I just really like them. So I'm just going to keep on using them. And things like these beams and this statue. I had this gap in the middle here and I didn't really know what to do with it. And then I found this statue and it's just so ridiculous and weird that I thought, yep, that looks pretty cool to go in there. So I put one of my little plinths in to make it look like this statue is there for a reason. You know, it serves some sort of purpose. Maybe it was, I don't know, built by children or Aborigines, or I don't know. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. And just decorated it with some of these random pieces here, these round things, and then obviously just the path, I've just blended it in here, just rounded off the corner a bit. You know, I want to cover up the edges of the path because I think it looks a lot nicer like that. And I found this lovely little purple flower that I've just sunk in around the rocks here, and I've put some out here as well. I think that looks really nice. It looks like a lovely little alpine plant just climbing its way through the rocks there. And that was an Australian plant. I can't remember what it is. A fairy fan flower, which is it came up when I put in the filter for Australian themed plants, and it did come up. So there we go. So that's a cool one. I like that. The roof is one of these lovely iron roofs. I think it looks a bit Australian, you know, sort of outbacky, kind of run down. So yeah, I kind of like how that all came together. Keeping it very simple at the back, just my usual, a door, a light and a switch. I think that's all you need on the backstage side of things. And this corner here, I've just filled it up, blocked it off with some rocks. A couple of these lovely trees. What are these ones? The desert bloodwood tree. Yeah, I really liked them. Thought they were a bit different to what I've got out here. They've got the dark stems, sort of the complete opposite of the lovely light stems of these ones. A little shrub in the middle. What was this? A corkwood tree in the middle here. Excuse me. And then I'll put a couple of these canopies in here just to spread a bit more shade over the area. So yeah, I think that corner looks pretty nice now. Kind of just fills it in nicely, doesn't it? So I've still got this. This is what I'm going to do next. It doesn't need too much back here. I just want some kind of a simple building. And what I think I'll do, because this is essentially the edge here that I've created of the Australian area, and so I think the rest of this is going to be like a normal, just a normal zoo-looking area. So obviously you've got this hedging that's already here, so that sort of theme, you know, just modern sort of country garden, English garden type look. I'm thinking I might actually put some sort of fountain or something, a little pond or something in here. And then this building will probably be maybe a brick building with an asphalt roof or something, because you're really not going to see it. That's the idea, is that because it's not in the area, it doesn't need to be themed, and because you're not really going to see it from the the public's point of view, it wouldn't be a fancy building. It's going to be a relatively simple, straightforward brick building, just functional and not fancy at all is the plan. So let me go away once more and do a bit more work in this area, I think, and I'll be back once I've built a bit more. Right, so I've done a bit of this. So I've decided to put a lovely hedge. So this is a barrier. I like using the barriers as just walls rather than actual habitats. I think it works pretty nice. So I put a nice curved hedge in here, just so you're going to be able to see some of this in the background, but not too much. I didn't want to raise this right up so you couldn't see anything. I thought that looked a bit over the top, but it just creates a nice backdrop to whatever I'm going to put in here. And then inside I've got a couple of staff only signs here, just made the path different as well, so it really stands out as being an obvious sort of a no-go zone. Simple bushes, some hydrangeas along here, and then, like I said, a brick building with an asphalt roof. Really simple, effective, cheap and nasty, but that's exactly what you would get back here. You know, they wouldn't spend a fortune on backstage areas. And then just some simple bracken, filling in the gaps, a few bushes here and there. Just continued that all the way up here. Got one little tree in the corner here as well, and just more bracken and bramble and that sort of thing. Yeah, low maintenance basically, but kind of just fills in the gaps, makes it look like a used area, used and usable, is the key to any sort of backstage stuff. A couple of lights as well, obviously, just to light it up at night. So yeah, so that kind of comes together, and you don't really see any of it from back here. You can just see the tip of the roof there, but that's not a problem. I didn't want to do a sloped roof on this building, and I wouldn't have minded, but the main reason is because when you combine, like I said, because this was 3 buildings, trying to combine a sloped roof on 3 buildings is basically impossible, because they just don't mix together, they don't blend. Whereas at least with the flat roofs you can overlap them quite easily. As you can see, there's quite a few different parts of this roof, and you just overlap them, especially with these iron sheets. It looks like they're just lying on top of each other to fill in the gaps. A little bit funky just at the back with these corner pieces, because obviously this is a corner piece here, and then this piece here is just a flat one, so they don't quite blend together, but it's close enough. It looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, anyway, so sorry, going off topic a bit there. So yeah, so when you're walking around down here, you're not going to be able to see those backstage buildings. You just see a little bit through the trees there, but that's not a problem. And I don't really mind that you can see them from here, because it's not unrealistic, of course. Plus I'm going to do a small pond in here, so that's going to sort of draw your attention away from whatever's in the distance there. And I might even put a couple of trees or something in here as well. So yeah, there we go. So that's where I'm up to so far. So this is my next little area. So like I say, this is going to be a small pond with a fountain. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that, and I will be back in just a moment. And here we are. We have our little pond and our fountain. It's pretty simple, all of this, but it looks fantastic. I really like it. So I did go with some trees. I've gone with these river bush willow trees. A few different sizes, and just put them around the back. Again, just hiding the backstage stuff a little bit there, and kind of keeping your attention at the front. So this is just a small pond with obviously some water plants, some reeds, some of this lovely papyrus and some lilies. Just a small fountain in the middle with a little an otter statue on the top there. I thought that looked pretty nice. And just some simple rock work around the bottom. Just a few plants dotted around. I didn't want to fill it up completely. I love these. What are these little ones here? I'm not going to be able to click on them now, am I? No, hang on. Here we go. No. It's so hard to click on these. The twin flower. There we go. Yeah, I love them. I think they look fantastic. I wouldn't mind having some of them in real life, actually. They're very nice. They look really nice, just blended in with the rocks here. So yeah, there we go. That's. I mean, it's simple, but it just fills in these little gaps. I purposely left a sort of a gap down the back here, thinking that people, staff would need a bit of access down the back to look after the plants and things. So I purposely didn't put rocks or more plants here blocking the way. And again here, people could walk in at this end as well and get access around the back there. So yeah, it just plugs a gap. It fills it in. It's nice. It's exactly what you find in zoos when they've got a corner they don't know what to do with. They'll often put in little sort of areas of beauty like this, little gardens and things, just filling in the gaps, making people happy. It creates a nice atmosphere, doesn't it, this sort of thing. I mean, when you're walking around a zoo, you don't just want to see animals. You want to, or most people will nothing in. They're going to think, oh, that's a bit bland. Whereas if they see something like this, they think, wow, that's pretty. It's looked after. The people who obviously care just for nature in general, not just animals. I mean, that just might just be how I think, but it's certainly something I would notice walking around a zoo. And obviously, as far as the game goes, it makes it look pretty, which is kind of the point of why we play this game, isn't it? Let's be honest. So yeah, there we go. So that is our backstage area done. I'm very happy with that. Simple and effective, which is sort of how I operate in this game, really. So my next bit is going to be over here, and I've had a bit of an idea, but we'll see what I do. I'll sort of start building and see where it takes me, basically. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is this whatever it comes up with, whether it's a viewing platform or what, I'm not too sure yet, but this is going to be my next area. And then obviously the habitat itself will then probably make up my next episode, I think, because there's going to be quite a lot of work in here. But I think for now, let me crack on with a bit of work here with this this eating area, and then I will be back once I've done a bit more. Right, well let me explain what I've done, because it wasn't quite what I said I was going to do. So I had the idea here of having a viewing platform. Now you can ignore this because I've decided against this idea, but this was my theory, is that I wanted an area here with seating on, and then I wanted it to sort of blend with the habitat at the corner here, so you could look out into the habitat. So obviously I realised that I needed to actually put the habitat in, because that's going to help me visualize what it would all look like. So to do that I kind of had to do a lot of work with the habitat. So obviously this is the edge of the area, so I wanted it to be quite a natural looking border, so I wanted to do this landscaping. So I've done that. I also obviously had to then put the barriers in for the habitat, but then obviously you had the problem of the slopes aren't steep enough to stop the animals escaping, and so I always plan to have these rocks as the edge to stop the animals escaping, so I had to do that. So this I've done, I just created a pattern of rocks and just copied and pasted it, raised it, lowered it, turned it, twisted it, you know, so it looks quite random, and used that to make this edge all the way around here. I've then put the path in that I said I was going to do, coming out here and disappearing through the hills here, and this will lead into the Africa area. I created this bridge here, so it's just a gently raised bridge. I did that by where you build the flat pieces to here and to here, and then you come into the middle here and you put a single piece of land, path up here. You just raise it up. When you build manually, you can raise it up to there, and then when you link the paths, it means that you can get these more gradual slopes rather than the extreme slopes that you get when you just build the path and raise it up. And then obviously I needed the landscape underneath, so I put this tunnel in that leads from one side of the habitat to the other, which I think looks really cool. And obviously you can see the animals are using it, and as you can also obviously see, the animals are in. So what do we have? We have our kangaroos, as you can see, and these things look fantastic, don't they? This is the first time I've actually put kangaroos in any of my zoos. I absolutely love them. But anyway, you can see what I mean with either sort of turkey emu type crossover. Large chickens. But yeah, they're pretty cool. So there's only two of them because they only live in twos, and I didn't want to overcrowd it. Obviously I'm playing with all the restrictions turned off, so I could put more in if I wanted to, but I quite like the idea of there just being a pair of them. And then the dolls, which I have realised is the wrong animal. Before you start shouting at me, I have put the wrong animal in. Yes, I apologise. I am an idiot sometimes. I just saw dog and went for it, and it's not dole, it's dingo, isn't it? So obviously the doles will come out and the dingoes will go in. But that was my theory, is that there was going to be those three animals, and as you can see, I put lots of them in, so they're all going to have to go back to the trade centre and be replaced with dingoes. My stages as I go along. So what I'm going to do now is go away, make some changes, and come back once I've got a more clear idea of what I'm doing and I can really show you my plan, and then I'll be able to show you my detailing as I go along. So I'll be back in just a minute once I've corrected all of the all this rubbish that I've done wrong here, and yeah, I've started it correctly, so bear with me, I'll be back in a second. Right, so I've made my corrections, excuse me, So let me walk you in here and show you what I've come up with. So I think hopefully you'll agree that this looks much nicer now. So this was my theory. I wanted these viewing platforms, or these the eating areas, to be really incorporated into the habitat. So what I've done, I've extended the habitat right out here and around the front here, and then I've built this area, these circles connected with the stairs, right into the habitat. And so the animals, I just wanted to show you that kangaroo just chilling out, having a scratch of his nose. Look at him, he's happy as Larry, isn't he? Anyway, yeah, so the animals, as you can see here, they come right here. I think these are still, they're still the dolls. I haven't replaced them yet. I got too carried away with my building. So the animals can come right in under here, and I've put obviously lots of enrichment items down under here and out the front here to encourage them in, and they do, and so they all come right in here. So it means that when you're up on here, you can be sitting down. They're going to have some sort of cover over these circles, and then there'll be picnic benches underneath. But it means that you can just stand here and look down right on top of the animals from all of these areas here. How cool would that be in real life? I'm very happy with how that's turned out. Obviously, I've just put these rock formations in underneath just to, obviously add support. I wanted it to all look natural. I didn't want big concrete pillars or anything. But as you can see, it does work. The animals just roam around underneath here, and the keepers can come in as well. Look at this, look at this. The kangaroos know they're getting fed. They're following the keeper. How cool is that? Where's the keeper going? Oh yeah, there, he's going over to fill over this feeder. I think that is a kangaroo one. Are they following him? I'm sure they are. It certainly looked like it, didn't it? Why are they all in here if they're not following him? Look, they are. They're going for it. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Look, yeah, the dolls are coming. I really like this. I love this programming. The fact that they kind of smell when their food's gone down, and they all come running in for it. I mean, it's completely realistic, of course. I just love that it exists in the game like that. They actually act like a pack of animals sniffing out their dinner. That is very clever. Look at them. Oh, those ribs look tasty, don't they? Nice. Oh, I don't think that looks tasty. That looks like a liver, doesn't it? Ugh. Oh no, I don't want to eat that. I'll have the ribs. I don't want the liver. Oh, there's another one and another one. Ugh. Ooh, nasty. Anyway, look at that. All having their dinner together. Nice. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the animals here. So yeah, so that's my thinking. So I'm really happy with that. I think that's going to look really nice once I've completed the tops, put some roofs on. And some benches and such, a bit more detailing here and there. I think that is going to look really nice, and obviously at this end you can stand here and look right out over the whole habitat. So yeah, I'm very pleased with my change of design, because that original design just didn't look good at all. It just wasn't going to work. I wanted it to be more interactive with the habitat, and having it just so that you could just stand at one edge and look at it just wasn't good enough for me. I really wanted the habitat to come right in underneath like this. And now it does, and I think it looks really cool. So there we go. So let me go away just one more time, I think, and just get this finished, and then I think that'll be the end of this video, and then the next episode is going to be the work that I do in the rest of the habitat, I think, because there's quite a lot to think about over there, lots of detailing to do. So yeah, so let me just crack on with this last bit, and I'll be back to show you the results. I have finished. So just lots of detailing really. So these roofs are very simple. They're just thatch roof with a large tree trunk in the middle. I went for in the end. So obviously these these lovely ghost gum trees again. I just think they look fantastic in this sort of environment. And lots of just foliage dotted around. You can see just some shrubs just sunk in. Lots of these grasses. They look very nice and deserty, don't they? So yeah, just simple detailing around the bottom here. And I mean that's it. That's that. It's simple, but I think it works. I think it looks really nice. It looks Australian-y, I hope. I mean, let me know if you don't think it does, but I think it does. I think it works. It blends in well. It's the right sort of size. It's everything I wanted it to be. Really, it's kind of better than I hoped for, to be honest. So, and I think if this was real life, I think you'd look at that and go, "Wow, I want to go up there. I want to come up here and look at the animals. I want to come and eat my lunch." I mean, look at this from up here. Once this habitat is done, this is going to look fantastic. And you've got this what is this, a forage box down here, so you can stand up here and watch the animals foraging for their breakfast or whatever. Yeah, I love it. I really like what I've done there. That sounds a bit big-headed, but I'm if you do something good, shout about it. Why not? So I am very pleased with that. I've used this simple fence here. Again, I could have done some sort of custom fence, but actually this is an Australian style fence, and it's all you need. It's plain, it's simple. I love this sort of rusted metal look. Obviously that was the look I went for over here with the roof here, and I think it's the same sort of look. It's kind of run down and rusty, but looks like it could be falling apart, but obviously it isn't. It just looks that way. And I wanted it to be see-through. I like the thinness of this metal, so it's not blocking the view, because obviously I've got the enrichment items here. And the idea is that you can see, or you can almost touch the animals. But obviously I put these rocks along here just to discourage people from walking right up to the fence. But there's no animals in here that are going to hurt you. So I don't think I need too much more than that. As you can see, we still don't have dingoes. We still have dholes. I'll worry about that once I move on to decorating the rest of the enclosure. Oh look, they're chasing him again. Look. The kangaroos are after him. Watch your back, mate. They're going to eat you. They're going to attack you and steal your breakfast. Look at him. I love that. I love that they're following him. That's so clever. What do you think he's feeling? Oh, is he going for the forage box? I think he is. It's a kangaroo forage box. And they're going to look at it and think, oh, dinner time. Nice. Oh, look, the cassowaries coming along as well. Oh, the kangaroos aren't interested. They got their food over there, I think. Look, yeah, there's a pile of food over there for the kangaroos. But this dude, look at him having a good forage. And his friend's coming along as well. I like to think boyfriend. Or girlfriend. Which one is that? That's the boyfriend. Oh, nice. Oh, is the dog going to come and have a bit of breakfast as well? Or is he... Where's he going? Oh, look. He's put it down over here as well. So the dolls have come running in. And the kangaroos are coming as well. Oh yeah, look, here come the dolls. And the kangaroos. I love it. Really love it. This game's so fun, isn't it? I could spend hours just watching the animals. Oh, look at that. Just headbutts it. I'm surprised he doesn't kick it or punch it. There you go. There's his breakfast. Nice. And here are all the dolls. Brilliant. Right, and I'm going to leave you with that, because that is going to be the end of this episode. I'm going to leave you with the dolls having their breakfast. Or lunch. I don't know what time of day it is. They're having some food. Eating those lovely livers. Brilliant. Okay, well let me leave you there actually. And well, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed the area. So we've done some good work here, I think. Filled in this little backstage area here. Built a small cafe and an eating area over here for the people that have visited the cafe. So the next episode is going to be finishing off this enclosure over here with this habitat. Yeah, we shall see. And obviously there's a little bit backstage to do in this corner as well. So that is going to be episode number 3. But thank you very much for joining me here for episode number 2. I do hope you're enjoying this series. I think I am having a lot of fun with it, and I think it's going to turn out really nice. I've got all sorts of ideas for what to do in these other areas, so I'm really looking forward to cracking on with those. But for now, I am having a lot of fun with Australia as well. So there we go. So thank you very much, and I do hope you can join me again in the next episode. But until then, take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.